Hamas is expected to release all 20 living hostages this weekend after agreeing to the first phase of a peace plan with Israel. Hello, everybody. I'm Heather Hayes.
And I'm Steve Eager. It's 9 o'clock. Israel is expected to begin withdrawing its troops from Gaza. If the peace plan holds, it would mark the end of a 2-year conflict that left thousands dead and much of Gaza flattened. Israeli media is reporting President Trump could travel to Israel this weekend. Fox 4's Casey Stiegel in our Dallas newsroom tonight with more. Casey.
Good evening to you guys. The agreement is on the first phase of this peace framework, which calls for an immediate ceasefire, the swift release of all hostages, and a partial Israeli troop withdrawal from the Gaza Strip. Officials indicate the hostage and prisoner release could happen as early as Monday.
They're smart, but they're
As President Trump was holding a roundtable at the White House Wednesday afternoon, Secretary of State Marco Rubio slipped the president a handwritten note, to which the president promptly told the room.
I was just given a note by the Secretary of State saying that we're very close to a deal in the Middle East, and they're going to need me pretty quickly.
A short time later, President Trump posted the news on Truth Social, saying Israel and Hamas had agreed to the first phase of his plan for peace. Under the initial phase, all 20 living Israeli hostages and an estimated 1,700 Palestinian prisoners will be released.
There is no word yet on the dead hostages, the 28 hostages who are deceased, that Hamas says that they have not been able to locate all of them because Israel is controlling right now 80% of the Gaza Strip.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu celebrating the announcement, posting this online Wednesday evening. This is a diplomatic success and a national and moral victory for the state of Israel. And while the first phase is a major hurdle to clear, there are, however, key issues that remain unresolved and must be addressed to fully settle.
The second phase, which is much more difficult in this overall plan to end the war in Gaza, involves the disarmament of Hamas. Where will those weapons go? Where will the leaders of Hamas go? Will they be evacuated from the Gaza Strip? Will they be allowed to stay there? And who will rule the Gaza Strip when this is over?
The announcement comes as leaders such as U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff, Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner, Qatar's prime minister, Israeli advisors, and members of other Arab nations have been meeting in Egypt, underscoring the broad push to secure peace. And it comes nearly 2 years to the day since the war began on October 7th, 2023. That's when Hamas fighters attacked a village in southern Israel, killing more than 1,200 people and taking more than 250 hostages. Israel's military campaign since then has killed tens of thousands in Gaza, according to the local health ministry, and left much of the territory in ruins.
So President Trump says he may travel to the region within days to personally declare an end to the war if and when that final agreement is reached. Steve, Heather?
All right, Casey, thank you.